Hi there. This is Espin Dolores. I would be delighted to help you with your upcoming presentation. Fast Tech Gadgets, Progress versus Sustainability. Here's the key takeaways from this topic. Like fast fashion, fast tech is all about frequent product launches with only small changes. It's driven by trends, marketing, and our craving for the newest device. But is this a good thing? The answer isn't black and white, it has both pros and cons. The upside of fast tech drives innovation. Tech companies compete to stay ahead, leading to better processors, smarter AI, sharper cameras, and more. These improvements help us in everyday life, from work and education to healthcare. Grows the economy. Fast tech supports millions of jobs in factories, logistics, marketing, software, and more. It also sparks innovation in other industries like cars, energy, and medicine. More choices for consumers. New models come out often, giving us a wide range of prices and features. Tech, once seen only in expensive phones, like Face ID or OLED screens, is now in budget devices too. Better everyday tools. From fitness tracking to language translation, smart devices make life easier, healthier, and more connected. The downside of fast tech. Environmental damage. Making and shipping devices uses up resources and energy. And when we throw them away, they often become toxic e-waste. In 2022, the world made over 59 million tons of it, only 17% was properly recycled. Shorter lifespans. Many gadgets are built to be replaced, not repaired. Non-removable batteries and outdated software push us to buy new, even when old devices still work. Consumer pressure and waste. We're constantly told we need the latest model. This creates tech FOMO and leaves us with drawers full of unused devices. Ethical issues. Some tech relies on supply chains with poor labor practices. For example, cobalt used in batteries is often mined in dangerous conditions, sometimes by children. The allure of fast tech. Today, gadgets are more than tools, they help us sleep, exercise, work, and stay connected. Tech companies race to release the latest devices, but much of it is about what's new, not what's needed. We're pushed to upgrade even when older devices still work, leading to overconsumption and waste. The cost of constant upgrades. The impact starts early, not when we throw devices away, but when they're made. 1. Mining and manufacturing. Devices need rare metals like lithium and cobalt. Mining these harms the environment and often involves unsafe labor. Processing also uses a lot of energy and releases greenhouse gases. 2. Transportation and packaging. Parts are made in different countries, then shipped around the world. This global supply chain burns fuel and increases carbon emissions. 3. E-waste problems. Most old devices aren't recycled properly. Many end up in landfills or are incinerated, causing pollution and waste buildup. Sustainability as the main theme for innovation. From growth at all costs, innovation must now put sustainability as top priority. Ignoring sustainability may lead to resource depletion, over-reliance on non-renewable materials, waste overflow, linear product life cycles that result in massive landfill waste, climate crisis, emissions from production and operations accelerating global warming, social inequity, exploitative labor practices, and unjust resource extraction. What drives sustainability as key to innovation? Scientific consensus. The IPCC reports make clear we are nearing critical tipping points. Consumer behavior. Consumers' awareness on green practice are increasing, leading to eco-conscious brands' habits. Investor expectations. Environmental, social, and governance criteria are now investment benchmarks. Government regulations. Governments are setting the framework for responsible tech innovation through governance, risk, and compliance structures. From carbon reporting mandates to extended producer responsibility laws, policymakers are raising the bar. Tech-driven sustainability, AI, blockchain, renewable energy, and recycling tech are helping reduce environmental impacts. The age of fast, disruptive, and unchecked innovation, focused on growth at all costs, is giving way to a more thoughtful and responsible mindset, smart innovation. This isn't the end of progress, but a redefinition of what meaningful progress looks like in a world dealing with climate change, resource scarcity, and inequality. In this new approach, innovation isn't about how fast or flashy something is. It's about how wisely it uses resources, how little harm it causes, and how much long-term value it creates, for people and the planet. Smart innovation rests on three main pillars: circular economy integration, ethical and transparent supply chains, and carbon-neutral operations. 1. Circular economy integration. The old take-make-dispose model leads to wasted resources, high energy use, and growing e-waste. Smart innovation pushes for a circular economy, where products are made to last, be repaired, and eventually reused or recycled. Designing for longevity and repair. Modular design. Products with replaceable parts, like batteries or screens, last longer and are easier to fix. Right to repair. Giving users and independent shops access to parts and manuals allows more people to fix things instead of throwing them away. Recycling and remanufacturing. Closed-loop recycling, recovering valuable materials, like rare earth metals or plastics, from old products to make new ones. Component reuse, using working parts from old devices in new or refurbished products cuts waste and emissions. Product as a service. Instead of buying devices outright, customers lease or subscribe to them. Companies keep ownership and are responsible for maintenance, upgrades, and recycling. This model encourages manufacturers to build longer-lasting, reparable, and more efficient products, since it's in their best interest to reduce costs and keep customers happy over time. 2. Ethical and transparent supply chains. Tech products rely on complex global supply chains, where it's often unclear where materials come from or how workers are treated. This lack of transparency can hide harmful practices like unsafe working conditions, forced labor, and environmental damage, especially in areas that supply rare minerals. Smart innovation demands clear, ethical, and people-focused supply chains. Responsible sourcing and fair trade. Companies are realizing they need to know how and where their materials are sourced, and make sure it's done right. Conflict-free and certified materials. More brands are using materials approved by groups like the Responsible Minerals Initiative or Fair Trade. These standards help ensure mining doesn't fund violence, exploit workers, or damage the environment. Local and traceable sourcing. Some companies are choosing suppliers closer to their factories or those with strong environmental and labor records. This reduces both carbon emissions and ethical risks. Using blockchain to increase transparency. New tech like blockchain helps track every step of a product's journey, from raw material to finished product. These tamper-proof records show where each part came from, making it harder to hide unethical practices or false green claims. It gives both companies and customers more confidence in how products are made. Protecting workers and supporting communities. Ethical supply chains don't just protect the planet, they also protect people. Supplier codes of conduct. Companies set clear rules for their suppliers, like fair pay, safe work environments, and zero tolerance for child labor or forced labor. Independent audits. Outside organizations inspect factories and suppliers to ensure they follow labor and safety standards. Community investment. Companies are helping local communities by supporting education, healthcare, and job training, building long-term partnerships instead of just focusing on profit. 3. Carbon-neutral operations. We often think of tech as clean or invisible, but it has a real environmental cost. Data centers use huge amounts of energy, and global logistics networks add to carbon emissions. Committing to 100% renewable energy. Leading tech companies are shifting to carbon-neutral operations. Apple plans to be fully carbon neutral by 2030, not just for their offices, but across the entire product life cycle. Google is aiming for 24/7 carbon-free energy in all its data centers and offices. And Microsoft wants to go even further, becoming carbon negative by 2030 and removing all its past emissions by 2050. They're achieving this through renewable energy, smarter energy use, and clean energy partnerships. Beyond energy, tech companies are also rethinking logistics and transportation. Green logistics solutions, they're using more efficient shipping and cutting down packaging waste. Electrification of fleets, switching to electric delivery vehicles to reduce last-mile emissions. Sustainable packing initiatives. Even packaging is being redesigned, moving away from plastic, using recycled and recyclable materials, and reducing package sizes to lower emissions. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our presentation. We sincerely hope that you found it valuable and informative in some way. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at info@espincorp.com or visit our website. Once again, thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.